Hello everybody, my name is Luke Marr and this is Haute Le Mode. Today on Haute Le Mode, we are going to be talking about the most recent Chanel collection that just came out, I'm going to say like Wednesday. But so I want to talk about it. I think that, as you can tell from the title, I'm kind of questioning the collection. I think there's a lot that was really, really great about it, and I think there's a lot that was really not great about it. I personally don't think Karl Lagerfeld has it all together really anymore. I think that he definitely does not design all of the collections. I think that has to be really obvious between his line, Chanel, and Fendi. There's just too much for him to do, and I think he has teams from each design company. I think that his Chanel team is really fragmented on what they want to do and what they're going for. So it's kind of like, it's really a hit or miss depending on the Chanel collection, and a lot of them recently have been a miss. He had a really, really great couple of seasons where he was doing that casino or the supermarket. Like, some of those collections were beautiful, and I don't just mean like, oh, they were at a supermarket, they were cool, and like, I'm not trying to hype it up, but the pieces in those collections were really, really beautiful and really, really well thought out, and I just feel like a lot of the recent collections have not been thought out. So let's just get right into it. And speaking about past collections, that is one of the lows that I really found with this whole collection. Was there was a kind of harkening back to recent collections. I think we saw a lot of the Western pink denim Chanel collection. I think that was maybe fall 2016. I think there was a lot of the Cuba collection also in there, and honestly I really don't think that they worked. I don't think that they were integrated well enough. I don't think that there was a mixture of the fabrics. I felt like there were a lot of collections being put into this one collection, and I just didn't feel like it worked. There were certain pieces that I was just like, that obviously just was not put in the Cuba collection, like the ties and things like that. There was just so much that kind of, it all mashed together, and it was like when you put your mashed potatoes and your peas and your gravy and like all those weird things together, and like you have to eat it. Like, you don't want that. Let's go into a high though. The models are finally having fun. Like, I think in my, fashion history of like for me personally, I've never really seen a collection where the models are having fun. And I think this collection was really, really beautiful because the models were dancing and laughing and having fun and doing all these amazing things and saying hi to people in the crowd, because it was really intimate, it was really fun. It was like a fashion community coming together, and especially because the fashion industry really right now is very fragmented. But it was nice to see that the girls were having fun, and I think it really made the collection pop. But the thing is, I don't think the girls know how to have fun, and I don't. This is not Chanel's fault, and it definitely is not Chanel's fault. I think it's the industry's fault, because the industry makes these girls walk like you're dead, and like, that's boring, and who wants to see that all the time? Like, maybe if you're doing a John Galliano, but otherwise no, you really don't want to see that. So I think it's hard for the models to have fun, so it kind of just seemed really pushed. And I think that the butlers in the show, if you have to watch the show so you know what I'm talking about, but they had butlers who like danced with the girls and like kind of pushed them forward and stuff like that. Even with those, I feel like that was a way to like show, oh, we can have fun, but the girls don't know how to have fun, so we need somebody to help them look like they're having fun. And there were long periods of time where the no-name models, the girls that nobody really knows, were just kind of like bobbing along and weren't dancing and weren't, whatever. Continuing on the model train, let's also talk about how there are a lot of novels in the show. You had people like Lily Rose Depp, you had people like Sophia Richie, Lauryn Hill's daughter. There were a lot of novels there, which not a fan of. Personally, I just think it takes away from girls who could have been in the show. I think there were some girls that weren't there, like Bing Swanton and Lexi Bowling, who I really, really love. Also, they have been Chanel like staples, and it might have been like conflict of interest or something that just, it couldn't have worked out, which is totally fine. But I just felt like the model thing was weird. Like Lily Rose Depp and Sophia Richie, and there was a very young girl who was maybe like 13, I think that was Lauryn Hill's daughter. They're inexperienced, and I love Lily Rose Depp. I also love Lauryn Hill, so Lauryn Hill got pipes, and I know that I probably will love her daughter eventually too, but they're just inexperienced. They don't know how to walk. They're really not tall enough. The clothes had to be fitted to them, which is flack that we give to girls like Gigi and Kendall, and even Bella too. And so it's just kind of unfair. Also notice they weren't there. Where were they? Question mark, question mark, question mark. Anyway, I don't know anything about Gigi and Kendall at the show, but whatever. So yeah, they weren't, like, it's just weird to have models in the show, especially when it's a kind of big show. Like, the Métier d'Art is the big show, because, not the big show, but it's like a big show. It happened, it's a biggie. You know, all of the Chanel shows are big. So it's just weird to have models in there. I didn't really get it. Let's talk about the men's clothing in the show. It was fantastic. I have to say, I think that Chanel, I think they only do it with the Métier d'Art, but it really is beautiful. Like, one of the models, I was like, holy shit, he's so hot. But his jacket was so fucking nice that I was like, I want the jacket, but I want the man in the jacket, and I can't pick between the two of who I want. Pharrell was in there. Pharrell is actually kind of a good model. He's like a tall guy, you know, he's like attractive and stuff like that. The thing about those models is that they're not that tall, they're not that skinny. I mean, Lily Rosep is, Sophia Richie not that much. But, and I'm not trying to, you know, I'm not trying to fat shame anybody, like, that's not what I'm here to do. I honestly really don't care that much. But I'm just saying, it just looked weird. Also, the music and the location and the hair and makeup, let's get into that. Music, fantastic. Loved it so much. Even, like, the little throwing it in at the Ritz part, that is where the show took place. It was at the Ritz in Paris, which was the kind of vibe of the collection. It was very like 20s, early 30s, and it was kind of a harkening back to that like ripping and roaring, raging 20s thing, which you could see in the collection. You could see it, and I think the theme really came through. I think that the hair and makeup was really bad. Even Cara Delevingne, who opened the show, strange. Like, I don't get why. Like, she looked like she didn't have any of her makeup done. Like, she looked so, it just looked weird. Like, she looked like she had a mustache. I was just really thrown off by the whole experience of the hair and makeup. And the location, yeah, perfect, at the Ritz, amazing. All like the fancy schmancy Chanel buyers were there, and you know, the customers. Like, it was good. I loved that. So the music, location, great. Hair and makeup, no. Also those roses, I think they were camellias. Trashy, absolutely fucking trash. Massive camellias in their head, like weird and ugly and trashy and not like edgy or cool. Like, it was strange. Let's talk about the collection, because I think that's what people are really here for me to fucking say. I didn't get a lot of the collection, and I got the beginning of the collection. I thought it was beautiful. It was like this beautiful cream colors and powerful. There was even a puffer jacket that I actually kind of liked, but the rest of the collection, fucking weird. There was no real mixture. It was like this brown from this like Chanel cowboy look, and then this pink from the denim cowboy thing that we did, and then this tie from the Cuba collection that we did. It came off really forced, I think. I think that's what it really was. It really seemed very forced. It didn't seem smooth, and you know, even like there were these weird like scarves that they were draping around their like arms, and it was just like weird. It was weird. It felt like old, like young girl trying to be old lady dressing up in her mom's stuff. Like, it just felt really strange. So there was a lot of the collection that I didn't like. I really did like the beginning of it. I thought it was beautiful, and I think as time goes on I might be attracted to more of the collection, but probably not, because it was pretty bad. Yeah, that was it. Okay, so I am done. That is me talking about Chanel. It was kind of shitty, kind of not shitty. It depends on how you want to look at it. If you want to look at the background info, yeah, pretty cool. If you want to look at the real meat and potatoes, they burn the meat and potatoes. They burn the shit out of it. Also, like, if, you know, you want to follow me on all of my social media, you can do that. I totally support your choices. Also, I have brought back my vlogging channel. I know you probably heard every YouTuber be like, yeah, I have a vlogging channel, like, please check it out. I'm gonna post on it every week, and then they like don't post on it, which I also did. But I promise I'm gonna post on it, because I'm gonna post these like MacBook videos that like everybody does, which is like super unoriginal to me, but like, hey, you know what? You want the content, this is how it's coming. So yeah, there's so much to see. I talk about like why my channel was a fucking hot mess for a little bit, so you could totally check that out. I'm gonna talk about the collections more, like different like smaller collections, not like the biggies like Chanel. So yeah, check that out if you want. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please come back and watch more videos. So TTYL.
Oh, since you went away, there's nothing going right.